Why does one small comment stay in your mind all day, but 10 compliments disappear in minutes? Why does the fear of being judged stop you from doing things you actually want to do? And why does your mood sometimes depend on how other reacts to you? Today we are talking about a silent force that controls more decisions than people realize. The need for social validation, not confidence, not motivation, but the deep psychological reason your mind cares so much about what other people think. Humans did not survive alone. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by your group meant danger or death. So your brain evolved with one priority: stay accepted, stay included. That survival system still runs today. But now, rejection does not mean physical danger. It means being ignored, being judged, not fitting in, not being liked. Yet, your brain reacts as if your survival is still at risk. That is why social embarrassment can feel physically painful. Because to your brain, social pain is a threat. Logically, a stranger's opinion should not matter much. But emotionally, it can ruin your day. Why? Because the brain does not only measure who is judging you, it measures the possibility of rejection, even online. A negative comment from someone you have never met can trigger stress because your brain interprets it as someone disapproves of me. And disapproval to the primitive mind signals risk of exclusion. Here is something strange. Most of the time, people are not thinking about you, they are thinking about themselves. But your brain creates an imaginary audience. You walk into a room and think, everyone is noticing how I look. You post something and think, people are judging this. You make a mistake and think, no one will forget this. In reality, most people move on in seconds, but your brain keeps replaying it as if a spotlight is always on you. This is called the spotlight effect, and it makes you feel watched even when you are not. If 10 people like you and one person does not, your mind focuses on the one because praise feels safe, criticism feels threatening. Your brain believes if I study the negative, I can prevent rejection. So it replays the awkward movement, the strange look, the offhand comment again and again, not to hurt you but to protect you from future social pain. Before social media, your brain compared you to a small group. Now it compares you to thousands. Likes, views, comments, followers, these numbers became modern signals of acceptance. So your brain treats low engagement is equal to low approval. High engagement is equal to high approval. Even though it is not a true measure of worth, your mind reacts emotionally. That's why posting something and getting little response can feel heavier than it should. It is not ego, it is an ancient belonging system trying to measure safety in a digital world. Have you noticed your personality changes slightly depending on who you are with? You speak differently, you act differently, you hide certain opinions. This is not fake, it is adaptive. Your brain constantly asks, what version of me is most acceptable here? Because acceptance feels safe, rejection feels dangerous. So you adjust without even realizing it. You want to start something? A YouTube channel, a fitness journey, a new style, a new opinion. But a quiet thought appears. What will people think? And suddenly your focus shifts from growth to protection. You do not stop because you cannot. You stop because your brain predicts possible social risk. And safety feels more urgent than progress. You do not stop caring what people think by pretending you do not care. You reduce its power by understanding why you care. The next time you feel judged, ask, is this actual danger or just my brain trying to avoid social rejection? That question creates distance between you and the fear, and distance reduces control. Your mind cares what people think, not because you are weak, but because you are human. The need to belong is one of the deepest survival systems you have. The goal is not to eliminate it, the goal is to recognize when it is protecting you unnecessarily. Because you because when you understand why the fear exists, you stop letting it quietly run your life. Subscribe for more deep psychology and hidden mental patterns that influence behavior every day. The more you understand your mind, the less it controls you.